Janet, I know you heard this from my brother. I'm going back to my parents' house next week. Yes, I heard. I'm glad. But Susan, why did you decide to move back to your parents' house? You've been living alone for quite a long time now, right? Yes, I lived alone for a while after I got a job. But after that, I lived at my boyfriend's house. But he was cheating on me. Even though we were talking about getting married, he cried and asked me to forgive him, but I just couldn't do it. We broke up. I see. I'm sorry I reminded you of something you didn't want to be reminded of. That's totally fine. I've gotten over it. And I dumped him. I moved out of his place, so I had to find a place to live. He was paying for everything, and I could spend money on things that I wanted. So it seemed stupid to pay rent every month for me. I thought I should live at home. You two are already living there, so now I'm interrupting you. I'm so sorry. No, it's your parents' house. Don't worry about me. Please come home without hesitation. Besides, I've always been jealous of my friends who have female siblings. I'm looking forward to living with you. Really? Then I'm glad. Well, I'm afraid that if I live at their house, I won't have many chances to date men. That's my only concern. Don't worry. My husband told me you have always been really popular. You're beautiful, friendly, and vibrant. Hey, flattery will get you nowhere. I'm just saying what I think. You're right. I'm popular. Your parents' house is quite far from where you lived, right? What are you going to do about your job? Are you commuting for your parents' house? No, I don't think so. My company is a big one, and we encourage people to work from home. So since I'm going to be living at home, I asked my boss to let me work from home. Then he talked to HR about it. I can only go to work once a month. I'm so glad that they like me. They value you, don't they? Well, I wanted to keep working after I had the baby. I got my certification while I was young, and I've been working hard all my life. I admire you. By the way, Janet, have you had kids yet? I'd like to have one, but not yet. Besides, I live with my in-laws, so it's not easy. Huh? Are you blaming them? There are plenty of ways, like going on regular trips. Well, that's true, but I broke up with my boyfriend, so it takes time. I just want you to have kids to make my parents happy. Susan, I feel the same way. But this is a gift from heaven, so it's not easy. If you're too relaxed about it, you'll be too old before you know it. Well, if you have a baby, the house becomes smaller and I might get kicked out. So, you may not want to have kids. Susan, may I be excused now, as I need to take a bath? I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Janet, where are you? I just woke up, but no one is home. I tried to call you, but you didn't answer. Maybe you're out on a trip without me? Good morning, Susan. No way. I wouldn't go on a trip leaving just you behind. My parents-in-law are celebrating their wedding anniversary today, so we bought them lunch. They were very happy and said, since it's our anniversary, let's go on a date. So they left. Oh, that's right. It is my parents' wedding anniversary. What? I'm jealous of that lunch. I should have tagged along. No, it's their wedding anniversary. Let's give them some privacy. I'm sure they would be happier if I were there. But I drank too much last night and couldn't get up. What about you and my brother? We both have work today. Oh, really? No rest for the poor? It's so sad that you have to work on your day off. I mean, your job is writing novels, right? You always work at home, but you're working outside today? Yes, I can basically work from home, but sometimes I have meetings. The person I'm working with says he can't come during the week, so I scheduled on Saturday to accommodate him. Are you just trying to be cool? What do you mean? I mean, who writes novels nowadays? Books don't sell these days. There's no way you can make a living just by writing novels. You probably don't even make half of what I earn. And you're trying to be cool by calling yourself a novelist? I'm not trying to be cool. Besides, I don't know how much you make, but I don't think it's less than half. You don't want to admit it, do you? You are younger than me, but you're old enough to know better. You should stop dreaming and face the reality, okay? You live at my parents' home and you don't have to pay rent. You just want my parents and my brother to support you, right? No, you have me all wrong. You can fool my parents and brother, but you can't fool me. I have to protect my parents from you. Protect from me? Yes, you're not good for anything. You just won't leave. You were so nice to me before. What happened? This is the real me. I put on a facade. If you can't be useful, give them a grandchild. I can't believe you can't even do that. You're in my way. You better think about what to do with yourself. Oh no. Janet, there's a lot of expensive-looking stuff in your room. Huh? You entered my room without telling me? This is my parents' house, so it doesn't matter. Yes, it's your parents' house, but please don't go into my room without telling me. It's an invasion of privacy. You're overreacting. I didn't intend to look at it that closely. But I was curious, so I peeked. Why are there so many accessories and clothes? I like fashion. Not everything is expensive. If they are reasonable, I'll buy them. But my brother financially supports you. Don't you think you buy too much? What? You make very little money by writing novels, and yet you think you earn enough? You don't know how much money I make. Could you please stop talking nonsense? I don't have to ask you that. Janet, since you don't seem to notice, I'll tell you. About what? You say you like fashion, but my brother is not interested in you at all. I don't dress to impress him. I'm not talking about your fashion. I'm talking about him not being interested in you. Did he tell you that? Yup. He says you're boring to be with. And you can't have children. And you are depending on him. It's no wonder he'll dump you. Dump me? Yes. Did you think he loves you? You've got it all wrong. I want you to leave, and I'm sure my parents do so too. Get out of here. Don't ever show up. Are you really okay saying that? I don't know what's going to happen to you. What are you talking about? That's my line. Okay, if you insist, I'll leave. I'll pack up my stuff and leave today. Oh my God, that makes everything much easier. Bye. I didn't think you'd actually leave. You told me to leave. But what are you going to do? You don't make any money and you don't have a house. Are you becoming homeless? I really feel sorry for you. You're divorcing my brother, aren't you? You seem very happy. Of course I'm happy, because not only can I cut you off, but also can get rid of a fifth wheel. I can't help but be happy. Susan, you hate me that much. I was so happy when I found out I could live with you. I feel like an idiot for being happy then. Don't worry, I'm divorcing my husband. We talked about it yesterday and my husband said that he has no problem with it. I've had the divorce papers filled out, and I'm going to go file them today. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I have been taking care of my parents-in-law for a long time. From now on, you should take care of them. Huh? My parents are still in good health. Don't talk about my parents as if they were old people who need care. That's really rude. I'm not just talking about their health. I'm talking about money. I'll tell you what you don't know. I pay the mortgage and all living expenses of the house. But the house is in your father's name. I just transferred the money to his account every month. You're lying. If you're going to lie, can't you tell a better lie? It's not a lie. Why don't you ask your father to show you his bank statements? Is it true? But that doesn't make sense. You don't make that much money. And what about my brother's salary? You seem to be assuming that my salary is low. I make about 5 times the average annual salary for someone my age. What? That much? Thankfully, I have a reputation in this industry. I'm writing a book under my maiden name, so I'm sure it will come up if you do an internet search. That's right! You've been featured in many articles on the internet. And my husband spends his entire salary on himself. What? What does he spend? He doesn't know much about stocks and investments, but he's putting all his money into it. He's losing money all the time, but he never learns. He also gambles to make up for his losses. So his money is dwindling even more. I was earning money, so he was able to make ends meet. I have asked him to stop many times, but he never listens to me. To be honest, divorce has been on my mind for a long time. I was able to make up my mind because of you. Thank you so much. Don't tell me to support my parents and brother. There's no way I can earn that much money. Then I think the only thing you can do is convince your brother and the two of you should help each other. I couldn't do it, but good luck with that. Oh no, I didn't know anything. Hey Janet, can you come back now? I don't want to. It was you who told me to leave, wasn't it? I don't want to go back, ever. I can finally spend money on my own, and I have the freedom to do what I want. They're your parents, you know. They've spoiled you for so long. It's your turn to take care of them. Now, if you'll excuse me. Janet, please. Call me or drop me a line. Please answer me. Hi, Susan. It's been a while. Your brother and I are divorced, so I didn't expect to hear from you, Susan. How are you doing? I tried to call you many times. I just checked my incoming call history. I left my phone in the other room and didn't realize it. There must be more than 100 incoming calls. I'm scared. Please stop calling. What on earth is going on? I know I can't ask you to do this, but... What is it? I need to borrow some money. Huh? Actually, although I managed last month, but I've been draining my savings, and I can't pay this month's mortgage. I knew it. You didn't talk to your brother. Why didn't you ask him for help? Of course I did. But he said he owes $30,000. What? Debt? That can't be. After you divorced, he thought there was no one to stop him. He says that he invested as much as he wanted, lost a lot of money, and before he knows it, he was in debt. I was watching him closely. He couldn't control himself, huh? My parents said, "Why did you kick Janet out? She was really good to us. She paid our bills and did all the housework. She was really helping us. Now we want you to take responsibility and support us from now on. Isn't that terrible?" I see. Do you really think I'll lend money to you after hearing that? Please, I don't have anyone else I can rely on. You think you can depend on me? That's a big mistake. That's why before I left there, I said, "Are you sure about that? I don't know what will happen to you." I warned you. It's your own fault for not listening to me. Asking me to help you now is too selfish. Oh no! I was working as hard as I can, but I can't make as much money as you. Even though I work from home, they keep a log of what I do online. I have a lot of work, and I'm really exhausted after work. I can't even do the housework as efficiently as you do. So what? You don't think that if you flatter me like that, I'll come back, do you? Aren't you lonely? I will never make fun of you. I'll even put in half the money, and I'll do half the housework. I hope you'll come back to this house. Susan, I've found someone I'm going to marry. What? You just divorced my brother 2 months ago. Don't tell me you were having an affair. No, I would never do such a thing. I ran into my longtime boyfriend from high school. We didn't break up because we didn't like each other. We were in a long-distance relationship after high school, and we talked about how we wanted to prioritize what we both wanted to do. We decided to break up. He told me that he had always loved me. I told him everything that had happened since I got married. He still wanted to be with me. I was so happy to know there is someone out there who needs me. And now I'm carrying his child. You can't just decide on such a spur of the moment. You will regret it. I don't know what the future holds, but he really cares about me, and I am happy now. I've only been divorced for 2 months, so I can't marry for another 4 months. I'm going to register after that. I can't believe that you've already found your happy life. Susan, you made it sound like I was a woman who couldn't even have children. I was able to conceive right away, so maybe the problem was your brother. So I am occupied with my own future that I can't afford to help you guys, and I have no intention to do so. Please help each other as a family and live your lives. I'm going to block you now. Huh? Janet, wait! Then lend me some money. Janet! Susan thought that she was the only one who could protect her family. After her day job, she continued to work part-time. But in the end, she couldn't pay the mortgage. So she put the house on the market. I heard rumors that Susan collapsed due to overwork, to the point where they lost their breadwinner. I don't know what my ex-husband's family are doing since then. I am grateful to Susan. Not only was I able to divorce my ex-husband, but I could get back to my ex-boyfriend who is kind and thoughtful. I even have a child. I hope to live a happy life with my precious family this time.